Hello, hello, hello. Welcome everybody back to another FiatLeak live stream. It is Tuesday, December 19th, 2023. And I am joined here by Octo and Dr.
Hello.
Erickson.
Hello.
How are you guys doing today?
I'm great. Thanks.
Very good.
Nice.
How are
And
you?
we have a very, very special new guest. You know him as Jonathan Hernandez or Dabs. Everyone, welcome Jonathan Hernandez to the stream.
You're welcome, my friend.
What's
Hello.
up? Thanks for the invite.
Hello, Jonathan.
Hello, Erickson.
All right, guys, now I'm just making sure all the audio settings are correct, and it looks like we can hear everybody perfectly and just fine. So to start things off, yeah, it looks like a pretty green day. If you look on the market summary on FiatLeak.com, very healthy day, a lot of trades happening per minute, almost 2 million trades a minute going on right now with the US dollar. Octo, what's your overall analysis of today?
Yeah, it's a pretty fresh one from yesterday. There was just one in the green, and certainly it all started pumping and like switching all over the place. I have noticed a few different breakouts, but yeah, mainly we saw millix doing a good 50% gain.
Oh, look, it's on top right now.
Yes, it is top now.
Yeah.
And then a few unusual ones that we haven't seen at the top for a while, like UMA, which is a coin that I was trading, well, years ago, and it hasn't been anywhere close to the top for a long time, and it looks like it's just woken up. Nano has been doing a little appearance a couple of weeks ago again.
Right.
And lucky for me, I see Aave in there as well.
And that was part of your fantasy portfolio, right?
A couple of times, and this time, yes. Good. Yeah,
So
there is a chance. Nice.
I see that yesterday Bitcoin had a big spike in volume. Is that a good sign? Because comparing with what we have today, the volume looks to keep growing, and I think we may end up the day with the biggest volume candle today. But we don't see a big price movement comparing to the yesterday close price. So those birds, I think they are fighting. They are not giving it easy to the bulls, right?
Yeah, I see a couple of indicating factors for me that could have caused the volumes to have a spike. In fact, from that moment until today, the volumes has been basically the same. The last 24 hours, it hasn't gone up or down that much. But there was another dormant wallet with over 2,000 Bitcoin in it that hasn't been touched since 2015. That yesterday made an appearance 2 days ago, and they started shifting from anonymous wallet to another one. Some went to an exchange, and being, I think, what was it, over 88 millions, it would make an impact on the volumes. Although we have something like 36 billion. So 88 million is not that much. But that, and plus this miners moving Bitcoin, taking profits, is at a mixed vibe of buy and sells. We creates volumes to spike. The price was quite incredibly, well, not 10%, but maybe 7-8% gain. We bottomed out at close to 40 yesterday and ended up over 43,500, more or less.
Yeah.
43,500. That's a key number to one of the bets going on currently right now on tangled.com in the group bets. and I believe betting was closed as of yesterday. However, the bet is for people to choose the over under if Bitcoin's going to be above $43,500 or below $43,500 on Wednesday at midnight, I believe. So the way things are going, we're Tuesday, we're just about 24 hours away. Do you guys feel at this point that Bitcoin's going to surpass that threshold of 43,500? What do you think, Jonathan?
I think it dumps before Christmas, just like
Pay
every
for
other
rent?
year. Pump and dump. Get the
Yeah.
noobs excited, so they buy some more, and then dump on them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I think
Last
it's
every
year-
year,
bizarre.
right?
Last year, it reversed on the 26th, and then the year before that, it took like till New Year for it to bounce back.
So the bounce
From when
back
it dumped.
happened on New Year. Like, so
Yeah,
it's
from
a
when
relatively
when
quick.
it dumped on Christmas.
I see. Yeah.
It is a
I think I
classic
remember
move.
that.
Yeah.
It's also
Some
compounded,
indicators,
guys. It's the end of the year. People have their rent, their bills, their mortgages,
Yeah.
the gifts, if you're celebrating
Yeah.
Christmas, it's like
Less
They
people
have to sell.
trading,
They
markets
have to sell.
closing.
People waiting for the bull run, they just missed it. Like,
yeah.
People, I think now they are looking for some liquidity to buy some gifts and pay
Yeah.
some rent, and yeah.
Exactly.
Better get
we
some
may see
loan on
some
their
sell.
Bitcoin on Exo or Aave.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's true. So yeah, that's right. That Aave does that. Now, does Aave do
That's
that
what
in
it
a
is doing, yeah.
decentralized fashion? Is it considered like in the family of dexes and stuff? Is that right,
Well,
Octo?
It is. You're talking about Aave.
Yeah.
The lending is done over different platforms.
Mm.
A lot of them, they are actually centralized exchanges. But then, yeah,
Okay, so it
it's
kind of
just
like
used as
works in both ways.
collateral.
Got it.
I think Debs, your microphone is doing some kind of weird.
I think it's just picking
Sounds-
up your breath, like when you exhale.
No, that's when I click the mute, you hear it.
Oh, okay.
Right.
I have a
Okay.
noise gate for you here. I peeked a little bit. I have a noise gate on you, which means like when your voice stops, it should like mute it. But I can make
Okay.
it more intense if you want, or don't worry about the mute thing because I'm doing that already, so it's all good. If there's an issue,
Good.
I'll let you know. But let me just
Yeah, back to
mic up.
Bitcoin, I was just saying that I think
Yeah.
there's a bunch of indicators that tell that, as Dabs was saying, there should be another dump maybe next week before the end of the year, and they are calling 37 to 38,000 as the
Wow.
next dip, which, in my opinion, it's fairly doable. I mean, it is possible. There's a lot of FUD around various factors that could indicate that would be
Yes.
the last time you can pick it up cheap this year, basically.
You said something, Octo. You said something regarding the miners selling to take profit. Do you think now is it the good time for them to take profit? Regarding that, we are almost in the end of the year, so
Let's hold that thought right now, Erickson, because we have that included in our segment 1 topics. We're going to go over everything from FUD happening, the FOMO, and everything in between regarding Bitcoin, the SEC, miners, congestion, everything. But before we do that, just a quick call to action to everyone. We are going to spin the wheel at the end of this stream today. The difference is we're going to change it up a little bit. There will only be 10 winners, so that means there will only be 10 slots. However, first come, first serve. Near the end of the stream, I am going to request that you all add your username, your tangled.com username, onto the YouTube chat. And then from there, we're going to compile all the names. We're going to throw everybody in there and then start spinning the wheel. So we will have 10 spots for you, so just look out for that call to action. It will likely be after second segment of news topics. Also, make sure to tune in on Friday, where it'll be a special holiday episode since we're nearing the holidays, and we will be announcing the FiatLeak Fantasy Day Trader winner for this week, and we will have some other announcements that we will make. So look out for that. We will also go over all the bets for G bets on Friday as well. So with that said, let's go ahead and move on to the topics. This is the first segment here, and a lot of it has to do with Bitcoin, and then one topic, one news item about XRP. But let's go ahead and start with the top here. It says the SEC denial of Bitcoin ETF might result in one of the biggest crypto rug pulls, analyst predicts. The cryptocurrency market braces for a pivotal moment as the SEC's decision on Bitcoin ETFs nears. That's an interesting one because, there's no guarantee that this ETF will pass. And imagine what the reverberation would be in the markets if it doesn't pass. What is your guys' take on that?
Yeah, that's something I noticed before reading this article. I thought there's been so much FOMO created and so much volume created by all this ETF news lately, but yet there hasn't been anything substantial to talk about. It's just been talk, so it could still go either ways. And if it happens, there would be a lot of disappointed people and a lot of sell-offs, I think, which could
True.
technically it's kind of like a news rug pull. It's not a real rug pull, but it would definitely make an impact if it goes on the negative side.
Yeah. Yes,
Is it
I
a long
agree with
term?
you.
Is it long term, or will it be a flash in the pan in the sense of we're gonna shake out the weak hands and then we're just gonna
No, I think it will be long term because all these ETF idea that it will be released by the first quarter of next year is people are trying to price in this event. So all this, and this is causing Bitcoin to move up. And as we see, the Bitcoin is moving up, but it's not something that is just something that we can scope it to 1 week moving up, because we already been several weeks with Bitcoin going up. So if the news are negative regarding the ETF, I think we will see a downtrend on Bitcoin, because people will start they will change from a bullish perspective to a bear perspective, because and also they wouldn't change this perspective until there is another good news, a really good news like this ETF coming up.
Yeah.
So
I can see the SEC going maybe for a possible denial of some of these ETFs on the first quarter, and they could be dragging it along before making a final decision for like a year, like they've done with the Ripple court case and all that. It's something that could just keep people on that yes or no situation going for quite a long time.
Like a war of attrition.
I think while we are in this yes or no situation, it's something good for Bitcoin, because Bitcoin investors, they are very speculative. So they like this kind of environment where you don't know exactly what's going to happen, but
creates more volatility, therefore more margin for
Opportunity.
profits.
Yeah, but the ETF isn't the ETFs for the institutional investors, like not for retail?
That's right.
Yeah.
But I read somewhere that Larry wants to add like 50 million Bitcoin to the ETF. Some crazy number like that.
Well, there was only 21 million, so
Yeah, well, it was some retarded number. Like it was a lot of Bitcoin miners had.
I think the talk so far, from what I've gathered from all this talking and articles, is that there will be a few billions in Bitcoin to be moved because of the ETFs. There's an increase of it wasn't, less than 10 billion, which, looking at the total volume and market of Bitcoin, it's not that much. But that's just because of the speculation of this period of time before anything happens. As soon as as soon as it will go through, then you would have an increase in volume again, because then they will start being traded by the fat cats of
Yes.
the big institutions. So instead of having, just, although there are still, there's already institutions holding and trading Bitcoin in different ways, although it's not through ETFs. So they are involved in it. It's not that
Very
the
much.
complete volume and market cap, it's down to retail traders.
Yeah.
So it's just a lot of speculation, in my opinion, at the moment.
So
Right.
before we move on to the next topic, which still involves Bitcoins and ETFs, I just want to point out an interesting and cool thing about this stream here is that FiatLeak is an international macro perspective of all the trades happening in crypto and fiat in real time. But I think it would be only reflective for us to have a good, diverse group of guests. And in many ways we do, because we're coming from such different locations and perspectives. We have Jonathan Hernandez, who's calling in from Mexico. We got Erickson, who's calling in from Portugal. We got Octo, that's calling in from London, and we got me calling in from the US. So it's really cool to be able to have a chat like this with all of you. Like,
we got a four-corner perspective.
Yeah, for real, bro.
Around the world.
It's really damn cool. So I just wanted to point that out, and maybe we can bring someone in from the continent of Africa soon to join in. Maybe someone from Australia if they're willing to stay up.
That's it. Yeah.
And in Asia, let's do it. Yeah. So maybe we're gonna build this up to the point where we're gonna have one for each time zone. Not full time zone, but like each regional time zone. But okay, so to get back into subject here, the next topic says Bitcoin ETF ad war officially underway with Bitwise campaign. The short video advertisement featured the actor best known for portraying the most interesting man in the world, the guy from the Dos Equis. I don't know if you all are familiar, but I actually have the commercial queued up here and figured we would watch the commercial. Now, for the guys that are on this stream right now, my guests, you're not going to be able to see it in real time, but I'm just going to play it for the audience right now. Let's set it up.
We'll see it in about 30 seconds on the stream.
You're not going to hear the audio. It's 15 seconds. Let me just get the audio to work. I realized I didn't set this up correctly, but if you guys want to see it, just go to on X, go to Bitwise Invest, and it's a 15-second commercial where it's essentially a parody of the Dos Equis commercial, and
I saw it.
And they do it to the T of what it was, but they replace it with the Bitwise promo assets. Very hilarious.
I think regarding this advertisement, what we can get from this is that there will be a lot of advertisements like this one from these big companies like Bitwise and Blackrock. Yeah. So, and they will be pouring a lot of money
and who's their audience? Who are they selling this to?
I think they are selling it to everyone that is investing in stock market, because they want to get everyone into this kind of Bitcoin ETF. You know, people usually they are very attracted by new things. So this will capture attention from a lot of users or investors in the stock market.
So it's a
So they
long
want,
term kind of goal
It will
as
give
well.
it will give a
yeah,
lot of retail people a bit more confidence, because yeah, if the big guys are playing with this, I
yeah.
should too. It's like, Elon Musk talking about Tesla and everybody buying Tesla stocks.
Yeah.
It's exactly the same thing. You got a
So
nice,
that's
a
that's
wise
what.
old man and a nice young girl on a video talking about Bitcoin ETFs. Yeah, let's dive in.
So as they say in that advertisement, Bitcoin is the most interesting thing. So they want it to be their ETF to be the most interesting thing or investment vehicle that you have. So I think they will invest a lot on advertisement.
Cool. So that means, Bitcoin is going to then in turn become more of a household name more than it is. There's just going to be
Yeah.
more awareness of it. There's going to be more people intrigued into everything Bitcoin and this ETF. And in the end of the day, it's just good for uh for Bitcoin. And like
Oh yeah.
Octo said, for like the investors, they like volatility. So whatever it ends up doing, they see an opportunity because they can play
And
both sides of this always. They're in it for the
and
long run and accumulation.
I would say that nowadays investing on stock market is way easier compared to with what it was years ago. So um, right now, let's say everyone can install an app like Robinhood or whatever, and invest in stocks. So they
But
will
you say
reach
that
the.
because you've looked at crypto charts and stock charts. They do not compare, bro. You know what I'm saying? The differences in percentages of the price movement is not the same.
Yeah, but
But
I'm
it's
not.
easier to get into it, as in
Yeah,
there's
Yeah,
more platforms where it can be done. Now you can do it with the
Accessibility.
phone app. A lot of
yeah,
apps that used to be just for trading
yeah,
crypto, they added
yeah. That's what I mean. It's
exchange
Accessibility.
traded.
people. I believe a lot of investors that they are not familiar with the cryptocurrencies, they may be afraid to, let's say, install an app like Binance or Coinbase because they know that they are just exposed to cryptocurrencies on that app, but they are more confident on investing on stock market. And by having an ETF, maybe they will invest on Bitcoin because they think that it's more not safe, but it's something that is getting common, and everyone has access to it using the ETF. So I think it may be, and that's why these companies will invest on advertisement because you you can get a lot of new users investing on your ETF if they get to know your product. So when they launch this ETF, they must invest on advertising to get these new users investing on their product.
Yeah,
yeah, because
nice.
non-crypto people don't know what a Bitcoin ETF is.
Is
Yeah,
But
a
I was gonna mention something else. Like the user interfaces for like stocks. I don't like it. Like right now, I'm on MetaTrader. I don't like the UI. It's horrible. Like the
yeah,
user interface on crypto is awesome. Like it's user friendly. I hate MetaTrader 5. I hate that app.
It's
But that's the
derived
yeah,
app I'm
from a
using
new
right now.
generation of people that a lot of which have spent the majority of their lives using the internet and interacting on the internet. So it's more culturally curated to people I would say from the
Yeah.
millennial generation onwards, some, from Generation X. Whereas you're coming from the stock markets where it had an evolution from like, when you go back to the 1800s to now. So it's that need
For
a
real, bro.
stockbroker, and then slowly, starting to evolve, and you have Bloomberg that revolutionizes
Yeah.
how everything is driven, to then E-Trade and all these other companies coming in and try to make it more accessible to the everyday consumer while still trying to create some barriers, intentionally, some friction, so they don't have full accessibility. So yeah, I mean, the evolution of how these softwares have been developed, they're going to converge soon. They're going to, now you will see
You're gonna
the,
have
you know,
to.
yeah, they're gonna have to, and you have companies like Robinhood who try to bridge the gap and try to bring in
Yeah.
both of those markets, and they've done a pretty good job. 'Cause in the end of the day, with
CoinEx as
anything
well.
else, it is user experience, and a lot of the user experience has to do with the user interface, which is the main thing that you addressed, Jonathan. So yeah, it's very true. So and so they're making a good effort to add accessibility to the stock markets, the traditional legacy markets out there. But crypto, it never sleeps. So that's why there's also a bigger international community. It's actually a byproduct. The fact that crypto is always trading is what really brings this like as a global currency.
Anybody
what I
can
mean?
do it as
You,
long as you have internet connection.
And that's the other
Danny,
thing too.
you
Yeah.
said something very interesting. Is that crypto is always trading, while in stock market, that's not true. And I want to see how is that going to play out when they launch the ETF. How people are going to take advantage of this.
Well,
What do
because
you
it's
think,
going to be on
Otto?
exchanges, it's different. That's something. It's actually a trend that started like 2 years ago. A lot of the big exchanges, including FTX, that it's now dead, but they started introducing stocks in it. And instead of being able to trade them just on the normal stock hours, you could trade them 24/7, just like crypto. Now I believe that still Revolut can do that, but it does respect the market hours. So you can only do it when the market is open. That's when they will validate your buys and sales. But there's quite a lot of other exchanges that did that, and some of it had to remove it purely down to regulations. So things are being moving all over the place, depending on which country you are in. They became not legal in some countries, and some were able to maintain the stock trading on
Yeah,
crypto exchanges. So yeah,
it,
a lot of
yeah.
speculation about that, but it's purely down to the SEC again.
It will be interesting to see because traders are going to exploit that.
The spread on Forex is ass too. I hate the spread on Forex.
Again, it depends where you do it in, and there are some exchanges where it's a lot smaller than other ones, but normally that's where every exchange makes their money. It's on the spread. So
Right.
sometimes they fool you and they go, yeah, we have very, very small fees, okay, but then the spread is huge. So
Yeah,
the house always wins. that's
yeah,
Yeah.
the main rule.
that's true.
Whether the
So limit
market,
orders, not market orders.
yeah,
That's how you avoid that.
Yeah. So
Buy at the price that you want.
oh yeah, never market orders. That's like suicide.
Yeah.
so we've touched on a lot of things here. We've touched on the general you know experience on using different exchanges trade, but also we focused today on Bitcoin ETFs in particular, and what that means for the market, good or bad depending on where it goes. Another thing happening with Bitcoin, which is our third topic here, is Bitcoin fees spiked to 2-year highs as Ordinal's Bonanza gives windfall profit to BTC miners. So Bitcoin network fees surged to over $37, the highest since April of 2021, as Bitcoin NFTs called ordinals surge in popularity. High transaction fees are a
Yeah.
boon for publicly listed Bitcoin miners and outperform range-bound BTC price. So, personally speaking, about 4 days ago, I did a Bitcoin transaction and actually took over 24 hours for it to settle because
That's great.
because of the fees. The fees were so
Yeah.
high, and I had my fees set for like $11 equivalent, and at the time it was just stuck around 30 that were being processed. So it took a while, and so there's definitely a lot of activity happening right now.
Yeah,
The
there's a
miners
lot of
are
lag.
loving it.
And
Yeah.
the main reason being, and also one big reason for the price increase of Bitcoin and the fees, is the ordinals. This new thing of being able to store NFTs on the BRC chain, which is the
Yeah.
Bitcoin one. It's something that before was reserved just to Ethereum and other chains. Now that made a really big boom. Okay, I believe there's been 1.2 million NFTs minted in one day, and at the moment, at the moment of reading the last article today, it was there's about 300,000 backlogged transactions for these mints to happen. That increased the transaction count to a hell of a lot for a large blockchain like Bitcoin, and that's the reason why the fees went
Yeah.
up. That's why transactions are taking longer, because they
Yeah.
simply cannot keep up with it, with
Yeah.
the demand
That's
for these NFTs.
because of these new BRC20 tokens that people can mint on Bitcoin blockchain.
That's right.
Let me
And
just chime in real quick, guys. There's some breaking news here, and there is, I guess you would call this a giant boner on the chart here for wrapped millix. We are up 152.25% in 24 hours.
crazy.
28.
During this stream, some buy orders came in, and we had some booms. Funny enough, the boom happened on FiatLeak right when Octo said the word boom, which is like
Okay.
what?
Yeah,
Anyways,
that's
this is great. This
crazy.
is good news for Rad Millix.
100%.
So that's
Yeah.
what that boom was. I heard it.
Oh, you did? Okay, cool. So yeah, so
Some fat bubbles going through, yeah.
yeah, so we're definitely we have Rat Millix at #1 still on the market summary, and it's up tenfold to
So
the second place, which is SKL at 15%. This is bananas, guys, bananas.
yeah,
So
that's
all
really
you Wrapped
crazy.
Millix and Millix holders on the stream right now, you must be happy, I would say. So congratulations to all the holders, but let's hope it's not fleeting, right?
Yeah, let's
Uh,
hope
and
it
as
keeps
you
going.
said that, it just disappeared. It's not number one anymore. Yeah,
Oh,
it went
damn
Yeah.
it.
back down. Well, still to a higher level than it had been all day.
Well, investors do love volatility. They see opportunity in everything. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. So I just wanted to bring in that breaking flash in the
Yeah,
pan news to you guys. But
good news to
good
Rap
news.
Millix.
Interesting. I'd
Uh,
love to see
Yeah, you
some
can see
trades
on my chart
happening.
too. Very good.
So you guys were
I,
talking
I,
about
I
the
would like just to say something,
yeah,
Danny, is
go
that
for it.
um, the, the, the Bitcoin fee was like $37
Yeah.
in the last days.
Yeah.
And comparing with its max value, let's say on the all-time high, on the last all-time high of Bitcoin, it was 60 something, 67. So we are not even close to the all-time high of Bitcoin, and we are seeing this kind of fees. This is
True.
completely madness.
That
And
is madness.
also, I was checking Marathon Digital, which is a miner that is listed in the stock market. In the last month, it went from $7 to $21. That's a huge gain. Today,
Yes.
it's up 10%. So as you can see, this kind of environment is moving, is having also impact on the stock market, and people can find good opportunities on the stock market also if they invest on miners right now.
Do you guys look at often look at the correlation? Like, is that something that
Correlation
you? Yeah, like
between
basically, like saying the performance of crypto versus like these miners and other crypto centric companies that
yeah.
are trading in the stock market. That's something that.
Oh
Usually,
yeah,
I think it's very, very correlated because these miners that are listed in the stock market, they hold Bitcoin in their balance sheet. So if Bitcoin price goes up, it means that
yeah,
their balance sheet is growing. So there is a big correlation. But also because they are earning a lot more now because of these crazy fees. So we also see some increase, even though Bitcoin is not up 10% today. But these crazy fees also mean that the miners are making more every day.
yeah. So the percentage of gain, it's still correlated as it looks in the chart, but you have a higher
Mhm.
percentage of gain because they have other factors that increase their the price of the stock.
Right.
If you put like even BlackRock or any companies with lots of Bitcoin in it, the chart next to the Bitcoin chart, they look identical, but with a bigger percentage
Interesting.
of gains, especially when there are miners involved, like Ericsson
Right.
was doing. And to be
Sure.
noted as well that yeah, for one of the few times in history where Bitcoin fees are higher than Ethereum, which is one of the
Yeah, true. Yeah.
biggest plagues
Yeah, that's a
of the
big
crypto
takeaway
world
right
is the
there.
Ethereum fees.
Yeah,
And yesterday,
and this was
even
due to the NFTs in part, right? A
that's
lot of
right,
it.
and the
So something to think
quantity,
about.
yeah, the quantity of transactions being done on the BRC
Well,
chain compared to the ERC20
right.
chain.
I have to. I feel like I must chime in and shoehorn this, and it could be a shameless plug, but ask me if I care. I will say that if the comparable amount of NFTs were minted on the millix uh, protocol, it would be extremely fast. It wouldn't really affect the fee at all, and you wouldn't have this situation. So we can dive
Yeah.
into NFTs on
And it would
Millix
be cheap.
another time. But if you guys want to check out some information on Millix and NFTs, I would suggest you go to millix.org, read the tech paper and the white paper. And there's a lot of really cool NFT projects that are about to launch. We'll make the announcements here, likely in the near future. Um,
I
guys,
have
let's.
tested that
Yeah.
right at the
Oh
beginning when
yeah.
I
Sure.
came to know well, the whole Millix network, Tangled, and everything else. I
Yeah,
saw that there
you
was
can
this
mint the
function in
browser.
there, and there was a few small contests going around where you could win NFTs, and I tried minting some in there, and it's a very simple and really cheap procedure. Yeah, I've done minting of NFTs on the Ethereum chain, on the Polygon chain in the past, and various other ones. And the process on the Millix network for the NFTs, it's very easy and cost effective compared to anything else I've used.
And that's great to hear because also, and Erickson, you could of course chime in on this as well, but I believe that the use case for NFTs can really be um, utilized on Millix because of the how inexpensive it is to mint an NFT and how you can scale. You can really dive into the ideas of ticketing and all sorts of other
Yeah.
use cases for non-fungible tokens beyond just an art piece. And yeah, so a lot of exciting stuff underway there. A lot of headroom, a lot of room to grow,
Yeah.
so to speak.
Yeah.
The
Also,
the
the way you can
the
give and assign a specific intrinsic value to the NFT you're making by changing how much you pay for it, that I think it's a great thing. It's like having a regular coin or a gold coin. It will
yeah,
be worth what you decide it is because of the price of the
that's
token
true.
at the time, and that's a very interesting thing. I believe Price was talking about it on the last
Yeah.
live stream or one before,
Yeah.
and that's
Eric,
cool.
talk about that real quick because I don't think it's
I can give
publicly
you
available.
I can give you a very quick insight on the implementation of NFTs in the millix network. So one of the main differences is that, for example, in the Ethereum network, when you mint an NFT, usually you put a link. Let's say it's an image, a collection of images. You put a link to those images that are hosted in a server. While in the millix network, when you mint an NFT, the image data is added to the DAG, so it will always exist. While a link pointing to an image may disappear in the future, so that's a big difference. So
Data on the
in millix,
DAG.
yeah, data on the DAG. So in millix, you have data on the DAG, so you can put wherever you want. You can put images, you can put music files, so you can put videos, PDFs, wherever, binary data you want. Another important thing is, as Octo was referencing, is that you may have an intrinsic value in an NFT. Let's say you mint an NFT, it's an image, but you want also to lock in that NFT, let's say 1 billion millix. It means that this image is an NFT and it also holds 1 billion millix. So you will never sell that image for less than the value of 1 billion millix. So that's another very cool feature. And
It's so
comparing,
cool.
and for the use cases that you said, Danny, it's very cool for ticket selling. So you have very low fees, you have fast transactions, you have fast validation. So yeah, I think those are some
Imagine
of the big
just back to the
advantages.
NFT stuff. Imagine, all these people who lost so much Ethereum in the last
Yeah.
bubble, the crash. All these NFTs that become worthless. Imagine if some people had the comfort in knowing that what they're purchasing at least has millix attached to it.
Yeah, let's say that you
They want
bought
to
an
burn it, they
NFT.
extract it.
Yeah. Let's say in the Ethereum, let's say if you bought an NFT, then those projects die. You may be you should be able to at least redeem some value from that NFT, which is not true, because right now if an NFT project dies, you have just a transaction, a token that
It's so
has no
bad.
value at all.
Yeah.
So unfortunate. So unfortunate. All
The
right, guys,
JPEG.
let's move on to the next topic. But before we do, now I'm going to do the call to action. If you want to be entered into the wheel spin that we're going to do shortly, enter your Tangled username into the YouTube chat now. From this moment on, anyone who enters their name now is going to be entered into the wheel spin, and you have a chance in winning up to 10 million millix.
By now, you mean after you comment in the chat,
After
right? Then
no, like this is my verbal command for you guys to
okay.
add your names in right now. And I see
Okay.
someone real slick
Yes is
named
the
Dabs
first one.
added his name to it, so I guess he's in for the running. And follow his lead, everyone. Go ahead and add your names now, and we're going to move on to the next topic, which is Ripple analyst gives logical proof to why XRP will reach $1,000. Okay. In a recent post on social media, user Barry C laid out a compelling vision for why the cryptocurrency XRP reaching a price of 1,000 is entirely reasonable. With clear and rational arguments, Barry C shows how the expanding adoption and utility of both blockchain technology and XRP itself makes such valuations achievable. Before we even talk about this, I have a question. Can you transact like fractions of XRP? I mean, like, if this is made for cross-border payments, I guess, okay, so you could do fractions, so then it's fine. But please, guys,
I want to add another
unpack
question.
this.
I want to add another question, and maybe this is for Octo. Is what's the market cap of
1,000
XRP if it's 1,000 per coin. So
I'll tell you in a second. XRP. Yeah. I don't know why for me, you're the math guy.
I know.
well, I don't know how many XRP are in
We have
circulation
33
right now.
billion. Okay, so it's going to
Oh,
be
God.
3.3 trillion.
Oh God.
And that's actually a little less than the total
Yeah.
crypto market was at the last bull run. I believe we went
Oh,
over 3.5 trillion in total. But if you think about the market cap of gold, for example, or even some big companies that are on the stock market.
yeah. Like Apple, I think it's like 3 trillion.
Yeah, and if you think about the market cap of dollars, for example, I believe all the money in the world, you're looking at, what is it, 4.5 quadrillion or something along those lines. So if a chunk of that money has to be moved around the world by using Ripple, a 3.3 trillion market cap, it's not so unthinkable. It is technically not that much of a big deal because there is
Yeah.
more than that amount of money being moved around every year by banks and big
Slower
corporations.
and more expensive.
Yeah,
And
But that's
what the
crazy.
industry
actually,
they're going after, they're going after banks, after institutions that deal with
yeah,
big money. That's who they're going after. They're not worried about the little guys.
no, in fact, but that's how it was born. It was born to do that,
That's
and
what XLM was for. After the fact.
as well, very, very similar. In fact, they correlate in many things. But that's how XRP got in my radar right at the beginning of my crypto journey over 10 years ago. It was because it was aimed for that. And I thought, there's always going to be a market for that kind of utility. And there have been, it's not very well advertised because, as you said, that banks they take a long time to transfer money from one place to another one, and they take large fees, and there's all these technological problems that make it long and difficult. It's all rubbish just to just to keep you on the hook and to justify the fees that they have for it, because there have been dozens of large banks using Ripple for moving money since 2014.
In
Yeah.
Mexico, all the banks, you can send money instantly. But that's because in the back end, they're using XRP. Like
Exactly.
literally, like 80% of the people in the world use XRP and they don't even know.
Exactly.
Like
A
in the
lot of them.
States, the only money service that you can do instant payment is PayPal. They use the Lightning Network. Other
Yeah.
than that, there was nothing else until FedNow came out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ripple has been in this game for a long time. They don't make it clear because otherwise there would be no reason to charge you, $15-$20 to move 1,000 somewhere and make you wait 3 days for it.
Western
Yeah.
Union charges you $10 to send the money to Mexico when they're
Yeah.
using XRP, using less than a penny, paying less than a penny to make the same transfer.
And that's been
Yeah.
happening for years.
And
For a
that's
fact,
thanks to the
very large
internet
bank.
and crypto and everything. They're making it more
Yeah.
accessible where it's directly to the
That's
consumer. And this trend is going to continue. Can I ask you guys, since you're more kind of clued up when it comes to the banking industry and services, you guys happen to know what Zelle uses? Zelle is an application or service in the U.S., at least as far as I know, where
Yeah.
it's what
Zelle,
we use.
PayPal
Yeah,
owns Zelle.
Yeah.
really, PayPal owns
Yeah,
Zelle,
so
and then
PayPal owns Zelle, so they use Lightning too.
okay, because it settles relatively instantly to any
Yeah.
bank. All right, good to know. Thanks for that fun fact. I hope everyone here is learning something
Had their
new.
job interview like 2 months ago.
Oh, really?
Do you think that, by the way, do you think that the Fed now is going to get some cut on those transactions? The percentage of transactions that, for example, in the US, user to user transactions, do you think that FedNow app will be adopted?
I don't think that much like volume because like people aren't transacting big amounts of money back and forth in the States. Like it's more like Philippines, Asia, countries like that. But I don't think they'll get a big chunk of that. And they are using the blockchain. I forgot which one it is, but it was none of the blockchains that people thought it was gonna be. Like, like the ones that are already ISO certified. I forgot the name of the coin they're using, but it's none of the usual suspects that they're gonna use.
Okay.
Yeah, no, in fact, there are
Algorand,
other
maybe.
companies that
I feel
use
like a lot of institutions like that one.
different chains to do the same job, basically, because in
Mm-hmm.
general, crypto transactions, they are faster than anything else. And yeah, that kind of just made me
The
think,
middleman.
curious to see what Revolut is using, because they can settle transactions instantly, internationally, for next to nothing or nothing, depending on what tier of account you have. They do it for free. And they must be using some crypto, which I don't know which one it is. If any of you know, please let me know, or I will have to
Aerosol
look it up.
mentioned Algorand. However, I brought that up just earlier because I noticed that there are a lot of big wigs that push
That's
Algorand a
true,
lot.
yeah.
But that one, I'm not gonna even get into that now. But let me
Jerry
ask
threw his
you
boy
you
under
you
the
guys.
bus. That was his boy that made that.
Yeah, there you go. Erickson and Octo, since Ray, not Ray, since Jonathan already basically nominated himself for the wheel spin. Erickson, if you can nominate somebody, and Octo as well. I nominate Raymond R to be
Yeah,
wheel.
I'll nominate my friend Marco. At
Okay.
Marco.
At Marco.
Okay.
Okay. Price is
Yeah.
compiling the names now. What about you, Octo?
Just waiting for the page to refresh. I'm looking at my last chat,
Hmm.
and I will nominate the last person I spoke to.
If you
Well,
want to
I
copy and
tried,
paste, you
but
can add it to
Oh
save.
no, it's probably one of you guys. So no, okay. I will nominate. Yeah, the chat isn't refreshing. I will nominate my good old friend and NFT creator, Will Billiby. No, yes, Will Billiby. I will
Yes.
get the name onto the chat right now.
Perfect.
Or
Perfect.
not.
Perfect.
Cool.
Perfect. Well, thank you, Octo. Okay, now we are going to hit our second segment of topics. But just a reminder to all of you that this Friday we will have our holiday special stream where we will also announce the winners of this week's FiatLeak Fantasy Day Trader. So make sure you tune in same time this Friday for all that fun stuff. And maybe I'll have a drink, and
What did
guys
you
can
guys
come and have a
speak?
drink too. Say what?
What did you guys speak for the FiatLeak
Fantasy?
Trader?
Let me see if I have it here. So here we are with the FiatLeak Fantasy Day Trader post, which there's a link in the description of this video, guys. So if you want a quick access to how to get there, look at the video description. Let's see. What did Erickson look at price? 99% Rat Millix, 1% BTC. Maybe that 1%
Price
is
is
going to take
doing
him over.
amazing. I think
he?
Price is crashing it.
Oh, look at that.
He's
Here you are,
crashing it.
Erickson. You're 20% Cardano, 20% AVAX,
Yeah.
30% Matic, and 30% Ethereum.
I'm not
Solid.
doing bad, but Price is just crashing it, and I have a side bet with Price. So
You do have
I don't
it.
think.
You each wagered what, 100 million Millix?
Yeah, 100 million millix.
But to be
And
burned this time, isn't it?
yeah, we are going to
To be
burn
burned.
it.
There
Yeah,
is
So that's
a
but I would
game
like
for
to.
us.
I would like to win the bet though, but I think
Oh,
it's
sure.
getting hard.
I'm gonna.
Well, I'm surprised. I'm surprised that I don't see anybody that picked Injective. Again, it's dominating the
Well,
games.
Injective is not on the FiatLeak site, so
Oh.
we would need to
And that's
add
why,
it.
yeah, that's why I didn't pick it either,
I
because
need to
that
do
one,
that then.
along with AVAX, it's been one of the top gainers of the last month.
Right.
Well,
Right.
I'm
Right.
quite optimistic about my picks this time. I didn't make them in a rush during the live stream like last time. I think I did on
By
Sunday.
the way, Danny, I like the pick of Bender. Word, Excel, Word, Excel, Word.
So which user was that?
The user that added the portfolio before Octo.
Let me take a look. I just
Word
had
Excel,
a
Word Excel, Word.
Yeah.
Bender. Is that the guy from Futurama?
oh, Word,
Yeah.
Excel, Word, Excel, Excel, Word. Cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they have a
Nice.
chance. I think they have a chance.
Yeah.
Octo chose 20% BNB, 20% Aave, 20% Filecoin, 20% Bitcoin, 20% Rat Millix. Jonathan, did you add yours in here?
No, I haven't done that yet.
Okay, cool. And let's see
Ah,
what
Am I
I
too late?
did. No,
It
no,
is too
no.
late.
Oh,
I
is
think,
it?
yeah.
Oh, damn. Sorry, man.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
So I did
prices
50% Rat Millix,
yesterday.
30% Bitcoin, 10% Ethereum, 10% Millix. Volatile has potential. It's like my stable picks are Bitcoin and Ethereum, which I thought would
Yeah.
go
But
up a little bit, but I
I
don't
think
know.
Rap Millix will do it for you.
Yeah, let's just cross
Really,
our fingers, you know.
it's really all about the timing in
Yeah,
this
it's all about
this
timing.
game.
Yeah, it's
Honestly.
really a wild card for all these. So yeah,
Yeah.
guys, let's go ahead and get into our second round of topics here. So the first one is going to be Solana. So let me get that map going. So Solana Saga, which is their cell phone, sells for up to $5,000 on eBay as bonk frenzy causes sellout. After months of tepid sales, the Solana Saga phone is now sold out on its official website amid a recent frenzy for the free bonk meme coin airdrop. A Solana Saga phone appears to have sold for as much as $5,000 on eBay, more than 8 times its retail cost. After a frenzy to pick up a free meme coin airdrop caused the device to sell out on the official website for the first. This was
that's
given to us by
incredible.
Octo. So yeah, man, please.
It's incredible because
away.
we literally said less than 2 weeks ago that they were desperate because they haven't sold any of them, and then out of the blue, they sold out. And if you bought one and you haven't opened the box, chances are you can sell it for upwards of $5,000 on eBay, as you can see them right now. It's because every
Maybe.
phone comes with the promise of an airdrop, and it has made a lot of people really happy. They are planning a lot of airdrops on the Solana network and have
Is
done
that
quite
legal?
a few already.
Is that legal?
It
I
is
don't
an
think so.
incentive. It's kind of like referral codes. They are not legal in some countries and okay in some other ones.
Yeah.
And they already have the coins set aside for that type of stuff when they, when they mint the coins, I
That's
assume.
right. Yeah. In
It's not
fact,
like they're putting them out of thin air.
yeah. A fun fact about that is that about Bonk again is the developers, the Solana developers, last December were given about $300 worth of Bonk each as a bonus. Now that's worth over $500,000. That little bonus for each one of them.
Incredible.
So I
Incredible.
think, everybody who saw the Saga phone thought, that's it. That's my easy $500,000 as well. Let's get me a phone.
True.
Yeah.
That would definitely
yeah.
cause a rush there.
Yeah. The scarcity. People want it. There are just a few phones, so that's why the price is spiking.
Although
How many
you are
phones were
already
manufactured, guys? Do you know?
no.
No
I've only
idea.
seen a picture of it. I haven't checked any details. It does
I'm
look.
just wondering how many were actually.
I have no idea,
manufactured.
but I know
Let's
that
say
it's
there's
more
only 100 phones. You know?
Yeah, we're sold out. Yeah, we banked off, but we only made like 50. So
Yeah.
it's more expensive than the most expensive iPhone. So you can
pretty
see
much.
it.
Yeah. Although the market cap, looking at Bonk, the market cap at the moment stands at 1.2 billion, and it's still seeing 350 million in 24-hour trading volume. So it's not outrageous. It could still
Yeah,
2-3x from here.
but Octo, do you know if the only advantage of having this phone is to be a eligible for those airdrops, or there is something else?
I believe it's just an Android phone like 100 other ones at the end of the day, and with an
Yeah.
added Solana theme to it.
You
So
can't like run a Solana node on it or
Solana Mobile
right?
on Helium Network, I believe, $20 nationwide.
Thing.
on the Helium network, that's the people they're offering, good deal in the US for unlimited data and things like that. They just ventured into that, and maybe that was linked to Solana. Yeah, I
Yeah,
didn't
I
know.
just looked that up in YouTube.
Mm.
But
It came out 7 days ago.
I'm wondering what are the guys that are buying these phones getting?
They're probably getting. I'll have to check it out, but
30 million bunk.
it could be just a funny version of a Samsung phone with a different interface on it, like a lot of things are. It could be
No, I'm talking about what are they getting in terms of
airdrop.
Solana and Bong? Yeah,
Yeah, well, it's bonk only, I believe, and the
30 million.
number.
Mhm.
I'll have to look it
They've
up again. I don't
said
remember.
they've said that they get 30 million
Yeah,
Bong.
30 million bunk.
How much is that now?
Each?
Right now?
Yeah, each phone.
Damn. Okay.
How much is one Bong now?
All right, let's check that out.
While you guys check, I just want to say, and I want to say here so it's on record, I want to mint a deflationary coin called Bong, and there's going to be a burn rate that's measured by a technical hybrid currency, so THC, and I'll have to think of the rest. But I'm starting to put the white paper in my brain here, so look out for that. Look out for that.
It's going to be called THC, yeah.
You can also mine bonk on Unmineable now. They just added it, I believe, last week.
Oh wow.
Well,
Aerosol, real quick,
there's
says,
already like 3 coins, with the HTC, THC ticker. One is called
oh, I'm
coin.
sure it's popular. You
You
know,
got Ethan coin and transhuman coin.
Name it Terps. Name
even
it Terps,
when it's
bro.
low, it's a high volume. Do you know what I mean? Aerosol says, "Well, I think I'm done with buying wrapped millix now. Otherwise, my family will get no presents." Well, very cool.
Give him millix.
Aerosol.
Give him wrapped
Maybe
millix, bro.
Yeah. Maybe I should
The gift that
plan
keeps
a
on
giveaway.
giving.
Should I do a Christmas giveaway for everyone on the Tangled platform? Some sort of like Christmas tree where we put a bunch of gifts and everyone chooses which box they want, and then behind that box there's a certain amount of millix. That could be fun. I'll have to think of that. Yeah, I love giving stuff away. Until there's nothing left.
Oh, Aerosol says, 420 million THC coins. That sounds about right. Sorry,
like that.
unrelated
Like that.
to what you were saying. I just saw it on the chat.
No, I love it. Guys in the chat, let us know if there's anything you want us to bring up here or look up, or if you have any questions for our awesome guests here. And look at that. It looks like I lost Emmanuel. Erickson.
Back.
There he is.
I'm back.
Okay. Welcome back. Now, Dabs. Okay, there we are. Okay, cool. So,
instead of unwrapping presents, it's unwrapping millix. Aerosol says.
That's cool.
Okay, play on words. I think we're
30
all
million
brainstorming here.
They're $30 right now. So yeah, whoever paid $8,000 for their phone is ass. Because on Unmineable with my GPU, I get like 3,000 hashes, and now I'll mine 3,883 a day with my GPU. I got an i7.
There you go. That's cool.
So in 10 days, cool. And that's equal to like $3. So yeah, it's like $30.
But it's better than buying $5,000 phone.
Yeah, right? $5,000.
Yeah.
Jeez, man.
Everybody who doesn't understand how market caps work, they're always looking for that 100x or 1,000x gains out of a coin that somebody gave to them for free or for buying a phone.
Yeah.
And that's over-circulated.
Yeah.
Like that's why what's it called, is burning coins, so less coins on the market, price goes up.
You know, Shiba
Theoretically,
does it.
Yeah.
Shiba, Luna. Well, all coins burn. Well, transactions, they all burn the transaction fees, right?
No,
How it
not all of
works.
them.
Not all of them.
No.
Okay,
No,
I
not
thought
all
they
of
did.
them.
Well,
That's
well,
the actual
guys.
profit of the network in many
Okay.
cases.
Yeah.
So yeah, some cool, talk here, and I really think from this just banter about Solana and Saga and all this, we came up with that we're gonna put together a really awesome holiday giveaway. Price just messaged us, and he agrees. So we're gonna put something really cool together on Tangled.com. So
Nice.
stay tuned for that, and also a potential new THC bong rip coin where its volume is always high and there's a burn rate. We're going to come up with something cool for that, maybe, sort of, if we remember. So stay tuned for that. Now, the next topic here is Celestia to integrate with Polygon CDK for data availability in 2024. This article was submitted by Octo. Celestia will become an option for data availability within the Polygon CDK software. The Celestia network will integrate with Polygon's chain development kit sometime early next year, according to a December 11th announcement. The integration will provide an easily pluggable component for Polygon-based networks to use Celestia for data availability. What is Celestia, Octo?
No idea.
Okay.
I haven't. No, I haven't researched it in depth at all. I did see this article, and it has been again in the top 10 gainers for weeks. It's been doing very well since the mention of this joint venture came in.
Oh,
And
okay. Well,
what it does, it's going to help Matic
transactions,
become
it
more
looks
and more
like.
scalable. Yeah,
Yeah.
and supposedly it should be able to get them up to about 300,000 transactions per second. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, 100,000 transactions per second,
Yeah,
which it's a bit of a game changer for any crypto to be able to handle that much, and that would get them even closer to being able to replace ERC20 in many things,
yeah.
from creation of NFTs to handling transaction of fiat to anything else. Once you
Yeah.
can get to that sort of number, you're starting to play with people like MasterCard and Visa,
Yeah. True.
and therefore, gain a lot of utility for that. Seeing
The
how
the
Polygon has
announcement here says
underperformed.
it claimed that transaction fees could be reduced by more than 100 times if networks stored compressed transaction data on Celestia instead of Ethereum. So
And they're
100
already
times.
cheap. So, yeah.
Yeah. The integration coming in early 2024 will simplify this choice, providing this option with Polygon CDK software itself. And then they're quoted here saying, "This is the broadband moment for Web3," said Polygon co-founder Sandeep Nilwal. The ability to launch a high throughput ZK-powered Ethereum Layer 2 as easily as deploying a smart contract will do for blockchain adoption, what high-speed fiber did for Web 2 applications. So they mean business with
There you go.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
And Polygon was already fast. I mean, he already had a fairly high transaction per second count ability, and that's why it's been a kind of scaling solution for Ethereum for a few years, since inception.
I mean, what would Ethereum be without Polygon in many ways too, right? I mean, like they really helped be a
Yeah,
solution to terrible gas fee
absolutely.
situation that they still
Yeah.
haven't corrected. And will there be a day that Ethereum itself can handle for gas fees? Like on the protocol level, is that even a thing?
No,
Like,
I don't think so.
not right.
Hmm.
So they are always relying on a layer 2.
It would have killed a lot of the NFT market as well, because the NFT market initially, it was solely on the Ethereum network, and then slowly Polygon started to come in, and Solana started to come in, a few other large ones, and it just, in my opinion, almost overloaded the market with NFTs. And then after the bear market started, a lot of them really became totally worthless. But at least it made it easier for people to get into it, experiment with it, starting building collections, and actually minting. When before seeing the cost of minting one, I think it created a lot of friction with people from trying to, play with it.
The first money I ever put on a platform was stuck in there for like 3 months because I didn't want to pay that freaking Ethereum fee on Atomic, bro.
Yeah,
And Atomic had something where if your gas fee was a certain amount, they would pay it. So it happened that I went on there that day and it was that amount and they paid it. That's how I got my freaking money out of their hostage, bro. Like never again. Fetch Ethereum.
It just seems
it's
so
true.
ass
It's true.
backwards that
Yeah.
I
It's
Like
true. You
layer
always
two was FTM. I was in DeFi and the FTM before the before the Ukraine war, before it crashed. I was got wrecked. It was
Well,
fun though before it got wrecked.
it's funny that
Yeah.
and now you're talking about Phantom, right,
So was
Jonathan?
yeah.
So that's the next topic here. So perfect segue. Let me go ahead and read it, and then we'll start rounding out the stream here. And just keep this in mind, guys. I'm gonna ask for you for one currency or project that you're looking at for this week. So for the beginning of 2024, rather. So, anyways, Phantom Foundation launches Sonic Labs. This was a press release from Phantom. What is Sonic Labs? Sonic Labs is an incubator for developers to build innovative dApps with unprecedented performance, preparing for the Sonic mainnet. Up to 5 teams participating will receive an equal share of 1 million Phantom, direct mentorship from Andre Cronje, guidance from Mark Tillman from Pyth, compliance and payroll support from Request Finance, company structuring and legal guidance from Phantom Foundation's Eli Bernstein, the opportunity to be part of the official Sonic mainnet launch in early 2024, and access to private capital from our venture capital partners. Now, this was also submitted to us from Octo, and Phantom. Correct me if I'm wrong. They're a DAG as well, like Millix. Is that correct?
Yep, they're a DAG.
So this looks like it's almost a grant program. Am I reading this correctly?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I think so.
Yeah.
So what is
It
your guys'
includes all the
familiarity on
projects
Phantom?
other than Phantom.
Cool. Do you guys trade Phantom? Any of you? I mean, clearly have some exposure on Phantom.
When it's
Jonathan,
$3.
right?
I did.
Should see my wallet.
I
That's
did when it
hilarious.
was lower. I had some good gains from that, and it was mainly when there was like so much DeFi project and smart contracts with really high
High
APY,
APYs.
like completely crazy
Ridiculous.
in every chain. Yeah, you could work it over other chains too. There was this liquidity pools created by Phantom, matched together with other coins, and some of the APY was in the hundreds percent per year.
Thousands, bro. Thousands.
Yeah, thousands too.
That's crazy.
100%, bro. That's how I got wrecked.
That's how everybody got wrecked.
This is how I got into DeFi. I didn't know. Okay, I got into the Genesis, but in the second, third round.
Right.
Me not knowing the fuckers in the first round are gonna dump on you. Like literally, the coin I was in went all the way to like 10 grand, bro. And then they dump. Yeah, that was horrible.
yeah.
And at the same time, the war started. Yeah, it was horrible, bro. I got wrecked. But before that, it was fun.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, exactly.
The,
But
the tomb forks.
it really taught me how to play with these smart contracts. You have to keep an eye on it every minute of the day and ride that wave until it's going up. The moment you see a tiny drop,
yeah.
Yeah.
Get out.
Now.
lucky enough to get your timing right, you made your profits. I made
Mhm.
some 10x on some of them, and I got wrecked on one of the many rug
What
pulls.
people don't realize is in order for you to make money, someone has to be
Yeah,
Losing.
holding the bag. If
Yeah.
someone's not
they're.
holding the bag, someone's not making money. Someone's always got to be left with the bag.
I think a lot of them they were really like a complicated way of masquerading a perfect pyramid scheme. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yep.
throwing money,
Yeah.
throwing money,
Celsius.
throwing money, throwing money until somebody goes takes
Yep.
them all out, and everybody's left with a bag of nothing.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was
So
fun
There's a
the,
though.
lot of that.
the,
It was a good
It
lesson
was fun. That's how I discovered crypto, basically.
by getting wrecked and
the
just
bad way. The bad
Hey,
way.
you live and
It's
you
good to
learn,
get
bro.
burned a little bit, guys, like because that's how sometimes that pain is what helps you grow and become a little
Grow.
grow
wise
and
to all
learn.
the BS. You know what
It
I
Yeah.
is the
mean?
only way.
So
That's why I
the
don't
only
trust
way.
anybody who's into crypto who hasn't lost money because it means they don't know what's going on yet.
Oh yeah, they haven't been like their ass beat yet, and we've all been there. I don't care who you are. I mean, unless you're just a strict holder, like you're gonna be tempted at some point or invest at the wrong time and then sell off at a fair and then only to regret
Yeah.
it because the price 3x's, right? So
If you do
because
on the
I
spot
am running
trading,
the wheel, guys, it's going to be about a 20 to 30-second delay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to spin the wheel, and I'll just announce the winners as we go. But let's please keep talking about the current market and everything that's going on. It's a green day. It's a good day. But according to, I guess, Jonathan, Octo, and Erickson, not for long. It's going to be a red day soon. And people are going to have to pay rent. And then come early in January, things will bounce back. So
Yeah.
here we
even
go
be
for the
before the
first
end of
prize
the
for 1
year.
million millix.
I
I
think
think
it's
that
not.
it will still keep
not
it on the bull run. It would still keep it on a positive note, yeah.
The
But you need to
trajectory
have
of bull run, right?
corrections. You need
But
to
it
have
has to pull
correction.
back. Because
Yeah,
the farther it goes and it doesn't pull back, that's the farther it dumps.
the biggest is gonna dump. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. It is part of the game, taking
Like when you see
profits,
those
learning
big,
when
big
to stop.
candles and there's no red, that means there's no support on the way up or down. There's no support and resistance. Straight shot up, straight shot down.
Well, I think looking
Market is
at
gonna
the
correct.
indicators, I don't think it may dump right now because we are already oversold. If we look at the indicators, you will see
Yeah,
that Bitcoin is oversold. So I don't think it will dump right now. I think it may go up before dumping.
it could
Uh,
break the previous top. Yeah, I kind of
But
think it will break the previous top before the end of the year.
yeah,
But at the same time, even if it dumps again to 39, 38, it's nothing really. It's a
yeah.
very, very normal correction within the 10% margin,
mhm,
which it doesn't change
it's a
the
healthy
way the market.
correction.
Absolutely, yeah,
Much needed.
yeah. It means that some people have learned that you have to take profit now and then. Otherwise,
Have
Yeah,
to
don't
take
do what
profit.
people did last bull run. Try to
As
hold
in
it all the way
everybody
up.
here. Oh man, I lost big on some margin trades, and I'm just so apprehensive to ever leverage.
Margin trade on
Like
crypto?
I
That's
meant to say
crazy.
leverage. Yeah,
Oh
hey,
yeah,
yeah.
leverage
Excuse me,
trading
leverage.
on crypto is just crazy.
it's
Well,
just
It's
like
it's
like
not crazy
going.
if you know
Bro,
when to
it's
pull
my
out.
new
And I
drug.
could have been in profits a million
It
times, but
is.
I was too greedy and
yeah,
I didn't get out, and I should have, and I would have been up like 1,000x. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
so
the same way you get wrecked when it goes down.
That's
yeah,
why
Really.
margin trading and futures traders, statistically, 90 to 95% lose
Lose.
money, and I can
Mhm.
vouch for that. To me,
just
it's
like avid
literally
gamblers. There's
it's
parallels.
Yeah,
more
To
risky, yeah,
people.
than going to the casino and playing the slot machine. You have the same chances.
Yeah,
yeah.
So
People
holding
think,
is
yeah, you need
good.
skill. If you're really
Research is
skilled, you
good.
can do futures. Yeah, all right.
Yeah,
Until
I
with
think that
one good
then
with one bad trade, you get
Yeah,
wrecked.
one bad trade will wreck you.
Yeah, I've had
then
not
one
everyone
year.
is an octo. Do you mean?
then are you a professional trader that do like leverage trading with hedging? Do you do
Uh,
hedging
What I will
What do
say
you use
is,
to hedge?
I performed very well, but I had trouble clicking sell.
The sell button.
I just had technical
Yeah.
difficulties. I was crushing it until I wasn't. Okay,
Yeah.
guys,
Oh,
we
totally.
Yeah, I'm
just
not good at
gave the
timing
second
exits
to
either.
last prize to AI Artists, the group,
Cool.
which is run by Seattle John, as we all know. He just won 9 million millix. So now we are on to the last place, which is 10th prize, which is the most millix, 10 million millix. I'm going to spin this, and I'm going to announce it, and then I'm going to ask you guys what your picks of this week will be. All right, here we go with the wheel spin. What is your guys' pick for the week?
For
Best
the week,
bet
as in the fantasy trader.
No, just which currency do you
One.
think is the
Oh,
most
in
promising for
general.
the next week? Yeah.
Well, as I try to maintain the usual rule on my portfolio, which half of it's holding, 40% it's a bit of day trading, and 10% on moonshots. On moonshots, since it's meme coin season, I'm going for Vitalik Buterin's cat, which it's of course on the Ethereum chain, and it's a new coin. And at the moment, it's got a market cap of less than 10 million, so it's nothing.
Oh wow, a lot of upside.
And it could be an easy 100x on a silly moonshot, where if it doesn't go anywhere, I've lost nothing basically.
That's great. I'll look into that one. Maybe I'll throw some
Pix, yeah, I believe it's called. What is it called now? Oh, Hey Mule. Yeah, Hey Mule. It is actually his family cat, of course.
Oh really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Also, he got airdropped quite a lot of coins. I think it's the
And
second
where can you
largest
get it?
holder.
Is it just on
Vitalik
a
himself.
on a Dex?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Uniswap.
Cool. Okay.
You'll
Erickson
find
and,
it. You'll find it
Jonathan.
on
market cap?
CMC.
Yeah. So Erickson
Yeah,
and
I'm keeping
Jonathan,
an
you guys
eye
have
on
any others?
AVAX and Injective again. AVAX and Injective. I think they haven't finished going crazy, so that's
I'll look
what I
into
am.
adding Injective to FiatLeak as well. So
Yeah.
we'll get to that. Taking note of that
I
right
think
now.
I think File's due for a move. It had a move and then
Filecoin?
it pulled back.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
but
saw
today
that.
it was. It still is. Oh no, it just left. Okay, it was
Yeah.
in the market summary on FiatLeak, but it was there
It
earlier.
was.
And I
I
always
have-
liked it is an interesting coin. You basically get paid for giving away portions of your hard drive space.
That's cool. Yeah.
It's a different way of running a node.
I
Sure.
think there is another one like Filecoin, right?
So that's what we're talking about.
Yeah, Phil is
Oh,
Filecoin. Yeah.
Okay. So
Erickson,
my
do you
pick
have a
would
pick?
be Bonk, but I don't think that's a
You think
good
it's got
one
more
because
steam?
I don't think so. Maybe
Go short. Go short.
well, maybe I wouldn't pick Bonk, but I'll pick Ordi because this Bitcoin BRC20
Getting popular. Yeah.
thing is getting popular. Ordi is already up a lot, and now
Yeah.
it's holding, and I think it may pump again soon.
But yeah, like Injective, it's been up there for weeks.
Yeah.
If you see on my daily post, it's been one of the top 5.
Yeah, I think it's
Many times.
preparing for a breakout because it's holding, unlike Bonk that is not holding at all. Bonk is going
But
down.
Everybody bought their phone now, so they're not going to sell it right away. They're going to hold it. So there's going to be a decrease in volumes, I'm sure.
Yeah, there is a decrease in volume. I don't think there is a lot of traders that will.
Still, a volume when it's a quarter of the market cap, that you're still making moves. Normally a coin or whatever coin it is, I trade a lot based on the volumes, and you have a regular 1/10 of the market cap. It's a regular volume for a coin when normal buys and sell are going on. When you start approaching half the market cap or surpass the market cap value, that's when it's having a breakout. and you're gonna
Yeah.
ride that wave while it's doing that.
Yeah.
At the moment,
Yeah,
you're
ride that
400
wave.
million volumes on a 1 billion market cap for Ordi. You're right. It does have some space to keep going. The volumes are there to
Yeah.
support that.
But I think Ordi is a more safe bet right now.
Then bonk.
Yeah, than Bonk.
Oh yeah, come on, NFTs on Bitcoin. You know, the first time in
Yeah.
history, it's a big deal.
It's a big
Yeah,
milestone, I
sure.
would say, you know.
And purely looking at the
Octo.
chart, it's literally, been a little bit sideways after the second pump, and this thing's coming free.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So get ready for another pump.
Octo,
Yeah.
I have another alias for you. I think you're going to be the crypto surfer.
The crypto
to take
surfer,
on
ride the
silver-
wave.
Yeah, I like it. And we got to make a really cool avatar where it's like the silver surfer, but crypto, and you're just riding a wave of cryptocurrencies. Maybe
Yeah.
we'll do a whole comic strip. It'll be super cool. And there's a little bit of technical analysis in each page. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe a boy can dream. Maybe it's a future NFT comic strip minted on the Millix network. But we shall see.
The
Guys, I
octopus
want to
riding
thank
the
you all
wave,
for
yeah.
joining us. Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you, Dr. Erickson. Thank you, Octo. Thank you to everyone that joined us on the stream on both X and on YouTube. We have been streaming for an hour and a half. It's been a very informative, robust conversation with you guys. Make sure to tune back in on Friday where we're going to do this again, and we're going to announce the FiatLeak Fantasy Day Trader for winners. And until then, we will speak to you guys all on tangled.com. Thank you again for joining us, guys.
Thank you. See you guys
Thank you.
Friday.
Thank you, guys.